How to become rich from having nothing. Yes, it is possible to become wealthy from nothing. You don't have to be the brightest or from a wealthy family to be wealthy. Millionaire status is a dream for many people, but it is only a reality for a few. Nevertheless, achieving financial success is not as challenging as you might believe. While getting rich without working or doing anything else is nearly impossible, it is possible to reach your first million through commitment and determination. There are many intelligent individuals with brilliant ideas, but they are nonetheless poor because their ideas are all just ideas, without an action plan. First and foremost, wealth may be a question of decision. If you frequently borrow money and spend more than you make each month, your wallet will be filled with liabilities and obligations, which will limit your potential to save a lot of money and invest. Contrarily, if you choose to live a more moderate lifestyle, it is statistically assured that you will soon be able to expand your wealth. This doesn't mean that you should sacrifice a vehicle or a trip, but rather that you should have enough money to budget your spending more carefully. Is that 60-inch television really such a need? And are those 170 horsepower German cars really so necessary for driving around? Grant Cardone, the man who for 35 years of his life has helped businesses and people make more money and author of the Millionaire booklet How to Get Super Rich, has always said that anyone can get rich. By asking yourself these questions, you may realize that your money could be used more wisely. Therefore, let's start here and work our way up, starting from nothing. No matter where you're from, who you are, what you possess, or what you're doing right now, whether you're sitting in your IKEA armchair at home or jammed into a crowded subway car, you can become wealthy. The fact that Cardone is a man who runs 4 businesses that bill millions of years mean that you can get wealthy from nothing. According to Grant Cardone, there are 8 stages to being wealthy. He suggests that you follow them because they work for everyone. They work for him and they will work for you. What has prevented you from being wealthy is not simply your existing situation, school and work, but first and foremost your mentality. If you start believing that you can never succeed, the minute you finally change your perspective, your billionaire life begins. Despite the fact that you're digging your own grave, keep telling yourself that you can become a millionaire. Consider how many different ways there are to make $1 million. For instance, if you were able to sell a $100 item to 10,000 people, you just made $1 million. The same holds true if you sold a $200 item to 5,000 people. Today, reaching a large audience is now possible thanks to the internet and e-commerce platforms like eBay and Facebook ads. However, simply saying you want to be wealthy won't help get you there. Planning and documenting a workable strategy are the most crucial step. Making a financial strategy is, in many ways, more than just the beginning of a project. It's also what defines its success. For instance, if you want to operate a restaurant, poor planning will prevent you from being successful. A few questions you must ask yourself include how much you want to make in the first, second, and third years, how many customers you need to have each week to reach that objective, how much money you need to invest to create that customer flow, and so on. A well-written financial plan, like the Monopoly box, should always include things unexpected and probability. Of course, your financial plan must include as many possibilities as feasible. Create 3 different streams of income because if you just have one, you run the danger of having your lone source of money evaporate if the firm you work with closes tomorrow. The argument is that it will be exceedingly difficult for people in both the public and commercial sectors to become wealthy with only one wage. Whatever you do, the traditional stable position of that past with lifelong job contracts is no longer possible. Although having a stable career and having money are crucial, you should also consider diversifying your income as the wealthy don't rely on just one source of income. Instead, they have at least 3 streams. For instance, you might start a blog, invest in the stock market, buy real estate and turn it into Airbnb, invest in a financial product, sell goods online, teach a language online in your leisure time, and so on. Acquire a high-earning skill. A high-earning skill is one that enables you to make at least $10,000 per month. Why should you learn a high-earning skill? Because you don't need to spend any money and you take no risks. All you need to do is pick something you enjoy doing. Learn how to do it extremely effectively, then discover the people who need your service. For example, if you decide to perform copywriting, you will write text for sales sites, Facebook ads, email marketing, and other types of advertisements. Because it allows you to make at least $10,000 a month, copywriting is a high-income talent. You do need to study at first, but fortunately, there is a wealth of useful knowledge on the internet that is available for free. The second stage is to acquire clients and sell them your copywriting service. For instance, you might assist them to enhance their website text. By doing so, you help them raise their conversion rate. You can always buy a decent course and tons of books on copywriting to save time. Let's look at how to generate money on the internet, as it appears to be the solution to everything now. Here's a brief list of activities on how to make money on the internet. There are many various ways to generate money, and earning money online involves some different aspects. These 7 methods are ways to earn money online. Learning to code and build websites or fix them will be among the most legitimate ways to earn money in the future to become an SEO expert. We don't say this at random, and if you have any knowledge of it, you already know how challenging it is. You can create content on a blog, a YouTube channel, or any social media platform. You can also buy and sell your goods or services on eBay or other e-commerce platforms. Find arrangements with platforms to display advertising on your channels or goods, such as YouTube or Instagram, and carry out the publisher's task. Utilize the channels to obtain leads and possibilities to launch your business. The term "there's no money around, there's a problem" is usually stated. However, it is important to associate with the appropriate people. Nothing could be further from the truth. After all, the amount of money is always the same and no one ever steals it. Thus, it is never true that there is less money available. Based on what you sell, start looking for the people who own your money. For instance, if you've decided to sell wedding-related items, join Facebook groups for newlyweds. If you've decided to sell Rolex watches, start investing by visiting upscale establishments in the city. In reality, money is always the same and probably even more so than yesterday, because the bank always prints new ones. It can be difficult for the layperson to determine if an investment or a company's launch plan is safe or dangerous, profitable or ineffective when dealing with the finance and business industries alone, because they are complicated fields. The risk of doing it yourself, therefore, is not only that of investing your money in risky and unprofitable investments, but also that of not being able to select the plan that best suits your financial or business needs. The variables that influence the performance and the correct value of an investment fund, for example, are abundant. You need to surround yourself with individuals who can help you make the best choices out of the hundreds of technical choices that an entrepreneur must make every day. Sixth, learn to save. If you're a compulsive spender, I've got terrible news for you. The worst thing you can do with your first paycheck is start spending it recklessly. You'll be tempted to engage in at least some satisfaction, so I suggest you set aside only a portion of your income for saving. Avoid spending money on unnecessary things like tropical trips that you can do later, fancy automobiles, designer watches, meals, and 5-star restaurants. Instead, save the rest aside or invest it again. Maintain your present lifestyle and avoid making hasty purchases. Open a separate current account in which to deposit your savings and treat them as untouchable. 7. Invest as soon as you start earning. You'll be tempted to live the good life and spend your money right away. There's nothing wrong with this, but put your new earnings in a separate account and don't count them, or rather, consider them only for any new investments. Don't use them to take vacations now. Save those for later or buy unnecessary items. Put your new earnings in a separate account. The first thing you should always remember is to diversify your investments. This means buying multiple stocks instead of just one, so that if one side performs poorly, the other should, allowing you to limit your losses. Despite being extremely rare, it is still feasible for all equities to decline, and the risks are reduced by diversifying the portfolio. Using an example, let's say that it's 1988 and you have $10,000 to invest. You decide to put $1,000 into 10 various investments, one of which is Microsoft, since we all know how successful it has been. In the event that your other 9 investments fail miserably and you lose everything, your investment in Microsoft will still leave you with $500,000 in your bank account. This is why diversifying your portfolio is a smart idea, since a well-built portfolio can withstand even huge amounts of failure and still produce above-average returns. No matter how wealthy you are, never take on debt, because when you do, you become a slave to the banking system and must work to keep up the necessary standard of living, possibly at a job you don't even like. If you're thinking at starting your own business or undertaking some other project but need to take on debt to do so, put off starting it until you can cover all the costs yourself. Money is neither good nor evil. It is simply a tool that we choose how to use. This way, you are risk-free, and also, a shortage of dollars encourages us to find innovative solutions to problems. In conclusion, money is neither good nor bad. It is simply a tool. Consider their effects on your life. Why do you use money? What joy and stress may it bring you? How can money benefit you and others? Can it damage your life? These are just a few questions to consider. When you have enough money to take care of your basic needs, invest time and energy in your own growth before doing anything helpful for others. If you want to transform your life, stop making excuses and go to work, because no one will do it for you. Thank you for watching. I hope you found it entertaining. Please remember to click the like button. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next video.